There's a different kind of pain that doesn't come from failure. It doesn't come from heartbreak. It doesn't even come from loss. It comes from realization. The moment you say to yourself, "I wish I knew this earlier," that sentence carries a unique weight, because lessons learned late don't just teach you something, they show you what it cost. When you learn a lesson early, it feels like guidance. When you learn it late, it feels like regret. You don't just gain wisdom. You replay memories. You revisit decisions. You see the signs you ignored. You hear the warnings you dismissed, and suddenly, everything makes sense. But it's too late to undo it. Lessons learned late hurt because they expose time. Time you can't get back. Years spent in the wrong place. Energy given to the wrong people. Opportunities ignored. Dreams postponed. And when clarity finally arrives, it doesn't feel victorious. It feels heavy. There's something cruel about delayed understanding. When you were younger, you didn't know better. You trusted Aili. You believed promises. You ignored red flags. Because you didn't have the experience. But now you do. And that experience came at a price. Late lessons often reveal how naive you were. How much you tolerated. How much you settled. How much you shrank to keep others comfortable. And that realization can sting more than betrayal itself. Because this time, you can't blame ignorance. You can only accept growth. Another reason late lessons hurt is because they challenge identity. You thought you were strong. You thought you were smart. You thought you understood people. Then life shows you how much you didn't see. It humbles you. It breaks illusions. And breaking illusions is never painless. Sometimes the lesson is simple. Money doesn't wait. Health doesn't wait. Time with parents doesn't wait. But we assume there is always more time, until there isn't, and that realization can echo for years. Late lessons also hurt, because they reveal patterns. You notice how many times you repeated the same mistake, same type of relationship, same financial decision, same toxic habit. It wasn't bad luck. It was unconscious behavior. And once you see the pattern, you can't unsee it. Awareness brings responsibility. Responsibility feels heavy. There is a specific sadness in understanding boundaries after being used, in understanding self-worth after being disrespected, in understanding love after losing it. The knowledge is valuable, but the timing hurts. Sometimes the lesson is about yourself. You realize you were too afraid, too proud, too passive, too impatient. You see the role you played in your own pain, and self-realization can cut deeper than blame. But here is the truth most people don't talk about. Lessons are never truly late. They arrive when you are ready to understand them. If you had learned them earlier, you may not have listened. You may not have believed them. Wisdom without experience is just advice. Experience turns advice into truth. The pain of late lessons is the price of growth. Growth requires contrast. You can't understand light without darkness. You can't value loyalty without betrayal. You can't value time until you waste some. Regret feels heavy because it carries imagination. You imagine what could have been. You imagine a better version of your past. But imagination is not reality. The only thing real is what you do now. Late lessons hurt, but they also transform. They sharpen intuition. They strengthen boundaries. They refine judgment. They change standards. The same mistake rarely happens twice when the lesson truly sinks in. Painful wisdom creates depth. People who learned early may move smoothly, but people who learned late move carefully, consciously, intentionally. There is power in that. If you carry regret, don't let it become punishment. Let it become guidance. The past is not meant to imprison you. It is meant to instruct you. Yes, it hurts to realize things too late. It hurts to see what you missed. It hurts to accept what you allowed. But the worst mistake is learning the lesson and still refusing to change. Time only moves forward, and maybe the lesson came late. Not to break you, but to prepare you for a better chapter. Because wisdom gained at 20 and wisdom gained at 40. Both matter. The only real tragedy is never learning at all. So instead of saying, "I wish I knew earlier," ask yourself, "Now that I know, What will I do differently? Because the pain of late lessons is temporary, but the strength they build can last a lifetime.